Have you ever been a downstream consumer of data, only to find that the data you expected was missing? When you contact the data team, they assure you that none of their pipelines failed, yet data was never loaded from the source to the target system. Cloud vendors often label this as a transient error, an issue so elusive that even they can't explain why it happened. As a result, mismatches are usually discovered and then fixed reactively, often after the business has already encountered the problems. Wouldn't it be better if a data team could proactively detect and resolve these source-to-target data load mismatches before the business even notices? While custom alerts using systems like SQL Server, Azure Data Factory, Logic Apps, or functions can help, in this video, I'll show just how easily you can implement SQL-based data mismatch count checks and alerts using Databricks. So let's dive in. I'll start by creating a new notebook for my alert demo where I'll create and load a source and target demo table with the same data. Next, we run a quick data quality check comparing row counts for each column between the source and target tables. This query counts how many non-null values exist in each column for both tables and flags if any counts don't match. This is a simple but effective way to detect obvious mismatches in data volume or missing records between source and target. If the counts differ, it signals that there may be a data load failure or partial update. This count-based mismatch flag serves as an early alert for investigating data consistency issues before they impact downstream processes. While this doesn't catch every type of data difference, it's a great first step in automated monitoring and auditing of your data pipelines within Databricks, and it's a query we can use for our alerts. For now, notice that 2 records have been loaded to both source and target tables. The Databricks Alerts pane allows me to easily create and centralize my alerts. I'll paste in my mismatch flag check and run the query to validate it within the alert. Note that alerts is a new capability, hence there may be some limitations, such as lack of support for parameterized queries, restricted real-time capabilities, and simplified aggregation logic, making them best suited for batch-oriented or aggregated data quality checks. I can build and test my alert condition as needed. For my scenario, I want to be alerted anytime the source and target row counts don't match, which means the sum of my mismatch flag would need to be greater than 0. I can add a custom schedule depending on how often I want to be alerted, as low as a 1-minute interval, and I can use cron syntax as well if needed. And I'm also able to specify my time zone. For notifications, emails and groups can be added, and they can be sent to either email or messengers like Teams, Slack, or PagerDuty. And in the advanced section, I can build a custom formatted subject and body for my message. You could also check out the formatting guide for more detail on how to customize that. Once I'm happy with the alert, I can create it and give it an intuitive name, which I can later call as a pipeline dependency. I'm back in my notebook where I'll generate synthetic data using the Faker package and then simulate loads into my source and target tables. This Python code uses the Faker library to generate fake data with 3 fields, an ID, a random first name, and a random value. Each time it runs, it creates a small batch of new fake records. We append this new data into our existing source table in Databricks, simulating continuous data arrival. Depending on the run number, the same new data is also appended to the target table on some runs, while on others, the target is intentionally skipped to simulate a mismatch. This setup helps us demonstrate how data loads can sometimes fall out of sync between source and target, laying the groundwork for detecting and alerting on such mismatches in the pipelines. So far, we're synced on source and target and haven't triggered a mismatch flag that's greater than 0. Let's change that with our third run, which only loads data to the source table and skips the load to target. Now we can see the mismatch in records, which should have triggered our alert condition. Sure enough, I've received an alert email telling me that there is indeed a mismatch of data between my source and target tables. This solution seems to be working as expected, but how can I scale it and have it run as a dependency after my pipeline completes, even when it's successful? Well, I can create a data load job within my notebook and then add the alert as a dependency after the job completes running, and not just when it fails. This gives me more peace of mind knowing that I can proactively be alerted when data between my two systems don't match, even if a pipeline completes without errors. Now I can finally get ahead of some of these issues and even scale this within my Medallion architecture. I hope you found this helpful. Thanks for watching.